Hey guys, it's my very first time going live. Um, I thought I would have like something in the background here so you guys can see, but it's just a black screen. So I really have to figure this out and find out how I can get a thumbnail for you guys so that, um, hang on, let me see if I can. Maybe I'll have to go back and put it in. Okay, so today I wanted to, first of all, it's my very first live on this channel. Woohoo for me. I was so scared to do one, but I am not scared anymore. So there goes that. I've been getting a lot of questions about how to get a psych eval. So I said, okay, why don't I just address this question where everyone can have access to the replay? I started to, when my son was experiencing some behavior that I believe that were different from what I experienced when I was a kid. I consulted with other moms in other groups on Facebook, and then they said, "Well, maybe you ought to get him evaluated." And then another group was like, "No, he's just gifted." So I said, "You know what? Let me see if there's like a gifted evaluation and like a regular psych eval, if so we can figure out what's going on with him." Well, when going through the process with him, I realized that all of the same things that was going on with him was things that I have been struggling with my entire life. So here I am saying, "Oh, there's something different about him," but I don't see that in myself. When actuality, if I were to really be honest, the reason why I was triggered or prompted in my mind to think, well, maybe I ought to join these groups and get him evaluated. It's maybe because I recognize something in myself and I'm just like ashamed. So I was projecting it all on my son and not on me. I also have a therapist, so I'm able to do these really deep reflections. So sorry if I, go too off, in the deep land. But I said, "Oh my gosh, I need to probably get medication. I think I have ADHD. I think I have ODD. I think I'm both ADHD hyperactive and inattentive. Oh my gosh, I am defiant. I am oppositional. I sabotage myself. I argue just to argue. I do things just to get attention. I am impulsive. I make impulsive decisions. I start things, I don't finish them. I move on very quickly. Oh my gosh, this is definitely not something my son is going through on his own. Mommy had these same issues as well. I remember one of my famous shorts I put on this channel was the one with the black sneaker of the guy just shaking his feet. And that's me. I'm shaking my feet right now talking to you guys in the live. So once I came to the realization that, hey, something's going on with me, something's wrong with me, maybe I ought to, you know, get help. I decided that I was just going to, from here on out, be honest with myself. Because if I'm not honest with myself, I'm not going to get the help that I need. So I went to my primary care physician, who is actually a nurse practitioner. And I just went ahead and told her all of the, hang on, guys, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I told her everything that was going on. And then she said, okay, I can definitely get you a recommendation to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist. And I thought, what? You're going to send me to a psychiatrist? I don't want to go to a psychiatrist. I'm scared. But what I noticed is that well, not what I noticed. What I was told is only a psychiatrist or a psychologist in my state can do a psychological evaluation. Now, I have been seeing my therapist, and they did do assessments on me, but the assessment was only for a therapy treatment plan. And my therapist was not a psychiatrist and not a psychologist. And in the state that I'm in, my therapist cannot write me a letter stating that, Mary Doe has ADHD, X, Y, and Z, and then I could take it to my primary care physician or my nurse practitioner, and then she can recommend medication for me. So I had to wait. Well, guess what? It was about a 6 month wait. Everyone that my primary care physician referred me to was either moving or not taking any new patients. So I spoke to my therapist about it, and she said that there is a shortage in psychiatrists all around the United States. It's just a shortage in the USA right now. So it's going to be very difficult to get in. And as a matter of fact, trying to get my son a psychiatrist, it was a year and a half, almost 2 year wait. So we went with a psychologist instead, and that wait was like 6 months, maybe eight, maybe. So I couldn't get any luck. My primary care physician, or you could say nurse practitioner, recommended me to three different places. And one of those places was a recommendation from my therapist because I told her that everywhere that my PCP had sent me or that sent that recommendation, the doctor's office called me back and told me that they're not accepting new patients. Or some specifically said, we are not accepting new patients for psychological evaluation relating to ADHD. And I thought, what in the world is going on here? So I called up my son's psychologist and I said, hey, I know that I'm not, I'm not a child. I know this is only for pediatrics, but would you be able to help me? Please, would you give me point me in the right direction? Give me a referral, and they did, and they gave me a referral, and they said they do adult psych evaluations, and I said thank you so much. If I did not call them and get a referral, I don't know if I could have been waiting another year, maybe two, maybe three. You never know, because none my PCP was all like recommended out. She was just like, I don't know where else to send you. This is all we have. So I called them up. They said, oh, it's going to be a 2 month wait. I said, that's no worries. I didn't say it out loud to them, but I was so um like excited. I was like, oh my God, only 2 months? I'll wait 2 months, right? I've been waiting 6 months. So I was so excited. They said, you don't need a referral. So you're more than welcome to send a referral so the psychiatrist can have your medical records, but you don't need one to schedule a first time new patient psychological evaluation with the psychiatrist. And I said, perfect, that's wonderful. They said, you can, after the psychological evaluation, you can one, just take the evaluation and go, or you can start a treatment plan with the psychiatrist. It's up to you. And I said, okay, thank you so much. So I hope that answers your question. I got a lot of these questions from people in Africa, people in Japan, some people in Western Europe asking me how, because, of course, we're on the internet, so we have, people from all over the world. I suspect these things inside of me. How did you get help? How did you get medication? How did you get treatment for what you were going through? So I wanted to share my experience with you. I want to keep these videos really, really short, like 10 minutes. And if we get more excited, then we can get, a little bit more than 10 minutes. But I just wanted to see if this type of information was very helpful to you guys. Remember, please read the caption in the video. This is for informational purposes only. I am not a professional clinician. I'm simply sharing my story with you, hoping that it will, something that I said or did could point you in the right direction so that you can get the help you need. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next live.